Hello students, welcome to the online class. Myself Vinod Kumar and I am a science teacher at Amarnath Vidya Ashram. I hope you all are doing good at home. In previous video of chapter 1, chemical reaction and equations, we discussed about chemical reactions, equations and how to balance a chemical equation. In today's video, we will discuss the remaining topics of chapter 1, chemical reactions and equations. The first is making chemical equation more informative. A balanced chemical equation tells about the nature of reactants and the products, but it gives no information about certain facts which are listed below. It can be made more informative by adding the additional information like number 1, physical states of reactants and products can be added. The physical state of any substance is represented by using the symbols small s for solid, small l for liquid, small g for gas and AQ for aqueous solution. That is solution in water. Condition under which the reaction takes place like temperature, pressure, catalyst can be written above or below the arrow in a chemical reaction. Number 3, evolution of heat or absorption of heat by writing plus heat on right hand side or left hand side of a chemical equation. See, where the heat is evolved are known as exothermic reaction, while the heat is absorbed in a chemical reaction, then it is known as endothermic reaction. You have already studied in previous classes about exothermic and endothermic reactions, so you are aware of it. Examples, see examples. Number 1, carbon. Carbon is in solid forms, so small s is written with carbon symbol. Oxygen is in gas form. C and O2 when react together they form CO2, which is a gas, and plus heat. Heat is evolved here, so plus heat is written on the right hand side of the chemical equation. If heat is absorbed, we have to write plus heat on the left hand side of the chemical equation. Sometimes you will see a triangle above the arrow. It also signifies the heat is supplied to the chemical equation. So if you see triangle above the arrow, that means heat is supplied to the equation. Example 2, where N2 is gas, H2 is gas. Nitrogen react with hydrogen. See, the specific conditions like temperature, pressure, catalyst are written above or below the arrow. You can see here 500 degrees Celsius is temperature, 200 atm is pressure condition and Fe is catalyst here. So these specific conditions are written above and below the arrow in a chemical reaction. The product formed in this chemical equation is NH3 ammonia, which is in gaseous form. So the next topic is types of reactions. The chemical reactions are classified into different classes depending upon the type of chemical change take place. Number 1 is combination reaction. A reaction in which 2 or more reactants combine to form a single product is called combination reaction. It is also called addition reaction. You can see here C plus O2. 2 reactants, they react together and combine to form a single product, CO2. Decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction is exactly opposite to combination reaction. A reaction in which a single reactant breaks down to form 2 or more product is known as decomposition reaction. To break any substance, energy is required. So on the basis of the form of the energy required for the reaction, these reactions are further categorized into 3 types. First is thermal, second is photochemical and third is electrolysis. So Depending on the requirement of the energy, the decomposition reactions are categorized as thermal, photochemical, electrolysis. So what is decomposition reaction? When one reactant breaks into two or more product. So first type of decomposition reaction is thermal decomposition reaction. In this reaction, the energy is supplied in the form of heat. You can see a triangle above the arrow which shows that heat is supplied here. So when calcium carbonate CaCO3 is heated, it decomposes into two products, calcium oxide and CO2. So this type of reaction is known as thermal decomposition reaction when energy is supplied in the form of heat. Second is photochemical decomposition or photo decomposition reaction. What you have to do, there is an example. You can take a pinch of silver chloride in a wash glass, keep it in the sunlight for some time. You will see that white silver chloride powder turns grey. Why? This is because in the presence of sunlight, this salt decompose to form silver metal. You can see the reaction. AgCl, silver chloride, which is white, in the presence of sunlight, it decomposes into silver, which is of grey color, and chlorine gas. Third type of decomposition reaction is electrolysis. Here, the energy is supplied in the form of electric current. So when electric current is passed through water, it decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen according to the given reaction. See the reaction? H2O is water. When electric current is supplied to the reaction, it will decomposes into H2 and O2. So when energy is supplied in the form of electric current, the decomposition reaction is called electrolysis. So these are three types of decomposition reaction depending on the form of energy supplied. The next type of reaction is displacement reaction. When a more reactive element displaces less reactive element from its salt solution, it is called displacement reaction. You can see here Fe, which is iron metal. It displaces copper from copper sulfate salt solution. So Fe displaces copper. Fe add itself to sulfate and form ferrous sulfate, and copper is displaced. So this is called displacement reaction or single displacement reaction. Next is double displacement reaction. As name suggests, here double displacement takes place. You can clearly see the exchange of ions takes place. The reaction in which two different ions or group of atoms in the reactant molecule are displaced by each other is called double displacement reaction. You can see sodium and H ion. Sodium ion and H ion exchange themselves and they form the product. Here NaOH plus HCl react together and form NaCl plus H2O. These types of reaction are also called precipitation reaction as precipitate is produced during such reaction. Now what is precipitate? It is an insoluble substance. So what is precipitation reaction? Those reactions in which aqueous solutions of two compounds on mixing react to form an insoluble compound which separates out as a solid known as precipitate. For example, you can see the precipitate reaction here. Na2SO4, which is aqueous solution, plus barium chloride, which is also aqueous solution. When they react together, the product formed is BaSO4, which is precipitate, and NaCl, aqueous solution. So this reaction is also double displacement reaction and as well as precipitation reaction. So double displacement reactions are also known as precipitation reaction when precipitates are produced in such reactions. Another important type of reaction is oxidation and reduction reactions. First, we will understand what is oxidation. Oxidation is a process in which a substance loses electrons, or in terms of addition of oxygen or hydrogen, we can define it as in which oxygen is added or hydrogen is removed from a substance. So see the example of oxidation here. Copper, when react with oxygen, it forms copper oxide. So oxygen is added to copper, it is called oxidation. What is reduction? Reduction is a process in which a substance gains electrons or in which hydrogen is added and or oxygen is removed from the substance. See, in example, zinc oxide. Zinc is losing the oxygen here, so zinc is reduced. Reduction is taking place. Make a note here, if a substance gains oxygen during a reaction, it is said to be oxidized. And if a substance loses oxygen during a reaction, it is said to be reduced. So zinc oxide is losing oxygen here, so it is said to be reduced. What is redox reaction? The reactions in which oxidation and reduction taking place simultaneously are called redox reaction. See the example, copper oxide plus hydrogen. When they react together, heat is supplied, they form copper and water. If you see copper oxide, the oxygen is removed here, so it is reduction, and oxygen is added to hydrogen, so it is oxidation. So reduction and oxidation both are taking place simultaneously, so it is called redox reaction. It is an important reaction. It impacts our daily life. The next topic is related to this, effects of oxidation in everyday life. First example is corrosion. It is the process in which metals are slowly eaten away by the reaction of air, water, chemicals present in atmosphere. The most common example is rusting of iron. Iron articles are shiny when new but get coated with a reddish brown powder when left for some time. This is called rusting. The process is called rusting of iron. The another example is black coating on silver. There is another example. There is green coating on copper. Corrosion is a wasteful process in most of the cases. Every year, tons of various metals get wasted in the country, so it is very important and quite necessary to prevent corrosion. There are various methods. What are the methods to prevent rusting? Number 1, by painting. The iron articles such as window grills, iron gates, steel furniture, railway coaches, bodies of cars, buses, many other articles can be prevented from rusting by applying paint on these. Second method is by greasing and oiling. The rusting can be prevented. It makes a layer on iron objects which further stops the corrosion. And by galvanization, that is coating the surface of iron objects with a thin layer of zinc metal. It also stops the rusting of iron. Then the last topic is rancidity, which is the process of slow oxidation of oil and fat present in food materials. Methods to prevent rancidity. See, what are the harmful effects of rancidity? If you left your food for some time, you will find that there is a bad smell or bad taste in it. It is because of the slow oxidation of oil and fat which are present in your food. They are volatile compound in nature. So What are the methods to stop or reduce rancidity? There are various methods. First is vacuum packing. What is vacuum packing? In a number of cases, after packing the food, the container is evacuated before sealing, that no oxygen is available to cause oxidation. That means airtight container. By keeping the food material in airtight containers like potato wafers. And the second example is by adding antioxidants. In food industry, a number of special types of substances are added before packing, which slow down the process of oxidation. These are known as antioxidants. One of the example of antioxidant is BHA, butylated hydroxyanisole. It is easily available in the market, so it can be added to the food materials to slow down the process of rancidity. Replacing air by nitrogen. In some foodstuff, the air is replaced by nitrogen. For example, chips packet. They are flushed with nitrogen to prevent them from oxidation, because air contains oxygen while nitrogen is an inert gas. It does not react with chips, so it prevents rusting. There is one more method which is very common: refrigeration of the food stuff. It is very common at home. If you keep your food stuff in the refrigerator, it lowers the temperature and oxidation is slowed down. So you can save your food from becoming bad in taste and bad in smell. So this is your homework, students, for chapter 1. These questions are related to what we have discussed today. Question 1, what is the difference between displacement and double displacement reaction? Write equations for these reactions. Question number 2, oil and fat containing food items are flushed with nitrogen. Why? Question 3, define rancidity. Explain 3 methods to prevent rancidity. Question 4, what is meant by decomposition reaction? Question 5, why do we apply paint on iron articles? So you have to write the answer of these questions in a notebook. Students, that's it for today. Your chapter 1 is finished here. So revise chapter 1. Okay? Thank you.